Welcome to day 2 of the Job Search Program series. Today, we're really going to dive into the importance of really understanding what actually happens to your resume when you send it out to potential employers. And this is going to help you really fine tune your job search so you're not wasting time sending out thousands of resumes and then not hearing back from employers. So, just a recap of the job search series. This is a series that uses the lens of finding a career you genuinely love. So, all of the advice and the tips I'm giving you has that purpose in mind. It is not a one size fits all. So, what you want to remember in terms of the job search is that the foundational tips remain the same, but you really need to fine tune those strategies to your individual reality as you're looking for work. This format is tips plus Q&A over the next 4 days. And I'm also going to be sharing an offer with you. And I want you to know that whether or not you decide to move forward with this offer or not, you can still attend these sessions and you can still get a lot of value from the tips and ask your questions. I'm going to invite you to turn off your cell phone, close any additional tabs, and really be focused and set this time aside for you and your job search. And finally, I'm really going to encourage you to ask questions. This is a platform for you to ask questions about your job search so you can conduct a successful job search no matter what. So today is day 2 of our schedule, and we're why sending hundreds of resumes is a waste of time. So again, I'm Priscilla Jabouin, and I am your host today. I have a Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology. I was trained as a therapist. I have been working in the field of career development since 2012. I have work experience in both Canada and the US, working in university career centers. I am also an advanced yoga teacher, so I have my 500 hours as a yoga teacher. I'm also a Reiki level 3 practitioner, a certified pleasure coach with the School of Womanly Arts. I have been interviewed as an expert on CBC Listen. For those fellow Canadians, that's our national radio station. I'm an international speaker and presenter. I've presented in Canada, the USA, and the Bahamas. And my mission is really to get as many people as possible waking up to a career they genuinely love. And I'm not your typical career coach. I really help my clients wake up to a career they love and find a career they love. So in these series, it's all about finding a career you love through the job search. I help my clients discover what their heart truly desires, which I call the dream career. And finally, I help them find their purpose. So I help them make that dream a reality. And I really help my clients take action so they can get off the cycle of career dissatisfaction. And it's so important to act, because if you don't act, you could spend so much time on this roller coaster ride of career dissatisfaction. So today is day 2 of the job search series, and I'm going to explain to you why sending hundreds of resumes is actually a waste of time. So before we start, I'm also curious to know, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to resumes? And you can include that in the chat or in the comments. I am curious to know, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to the resume? Whether it's sending out resumes or writing a resume, I'm curious to know. So we're going to start with really this image that I want you to bring to mind that I'm going to share with you. But before I do that, this is part of the 30 tips in 30 days to find a career you love. And today is actually tip 17. And tip 17 is why you're wasting your time sending all of those resumes. So why less is more when you want a successful job search, the importance of building your network, and why a laser-focused job search will lead to better results. Yes, thank you. So what information should be included in the resume and how far back should I list? I love those questions, and we'll take a look at that during the question and answer period. So what actually happens to your resume? So once you have a resume prepared and you send it out, what actually happens to your resume? And if you're like most job seekers, you've probably noticed that you send out a resume and sometimes nothing happens. You never hear back from employers. You just really don't know what happened to the resume. So I want you to imagine a triangle. So here's an image of a triangle. And this triangle is really going to be the representation of your job search. So you are the job seeker, and I want you to see yourself at the bottom of the triangle of the job search triangle. So you are at the bottom as the job seeker. So your resume, you send your resume, you see a job description that you love, you're so excited to dive into it, and you realize, and it gets sent into the resume database. I'm going to call it the resume database. Maybe you're sending an email to someone specific, but your resume goes somewhere where there are many resumes that I call the resume database. Okay, these are all the people who are sending their resume for this position that you are applying to. Now, I want you to think of the employer. So the employer is looking for a new employee, and the employer is really at the top of our triangle. So the employer starts at the top of the triangle in this realm of the job search. Now, when an employer is looking for a new employee, more often than not, they're going to be looking in their network. So they will turn to the people they know first. So they are going to be asking their staff, the people that they know, their family, their friends, acquaintances, in terms of, hey, this position is now open, and would you be interested in this position? Right? And this is usually where they're going to gather a lot of the resumes. If within their immediate connections, there's not someone who's interested in the position, then the employer is going to ask all of these people that they just spoke to, do you know someone who might be interested in the position? Right? So the employer's network is really at the top of the triangle. If they don't find anyone in that network who would be interested in applying to the position that they have open, they are going to ask that network if they know anyone. So then the next step is the network of the people that they know. So all of these people that the employer knows are going to now ask people that they know whether or not they're interested in this position that is available. That represents 85 to 90% of jobs. And that is how 85 to 90% of jobs are filled. Did you hear what I just said? This represents 85 to 95% of jobs, and this is how 85 to 95% of jobs get filled. Okay, so it's always between 90, 95%, give or take. And so when you are the job seeker that is starting at the bottom of the triangle and you're sending out many resumes, the employer might never actually see your resume, right? So 80 to 85% of job seekers, again, this is a ballpark, but it's approximate that number of people are competing for 5 to 10% of jobs that are out there. So when you send out resumes, only about 5 to 10% of jobs are represented online, and 80 to 85, and I might even say 80, 90 to 90% of job seekers are sending out their resumes to the database. So it's normal that you feel discouraged or that you're not hearing back from employers because that is major competition. What you can probably see also is that there's actually less competition in the employer's network. So really, when you are sending out resumes, your goal is to send your resume to that employer network. Your goal is to be connected to these people in the network of the employer so your resume can get noticed. So what's next? You're probably thinking, well, how do I actually get into that network? How do I know people who know the employer? And this is where the job search program becomes really important. And as I mentioned earlier, I told you that I would be sharing with you an offer. And this offer is really for you if you feel like yes, I'm ready to figure out how to effectively look for a job so I can actually get hired to a job I will not only love, but that I deserve and that I want. So the job search program is my program, and it is a 4-month program. And in this 4-month program, you are going to receive 13 live group sessions with me via Zoom. And these group sessions is really where you get the coaching around your job search. Now, you don't just want coaching around your job search, you also want to understand how to effectively apply the different elements and strategies that are necessary to conduct a successful job search. And that you're going to find in my job search online course that you will also have access to. In this job search online course, there are 4 modules that talk about writing a professional resume and cover letter. It talks about how do you prepare for the interview, not only how do you prepare for the how do you answer those tricky interview questions, and how do you present yourself at an interview to be really the top candidate and the candidate that gets selected by potential employers. I also present how you can professionally brand yourself. And also I give you all the tips and strategies you need to conduct a comfortable networking, to comfortably network, right? For many, networking is so uncomfortable. And I know that for you, it might be really, really uncomfortable. And there's actually a way to make networking flow, be comfortable, and actually make it fun. You can actually make the job search fun. The program also includes workbooks and templates and checklists to support your process and so much more. So we're going to be adding that link in the chat so you can click on the link and get more information about the job search. Now, what are some benefits about the job search? Some of the benefits are you're actually going to feel empowered to navigate the job search and your current workplace landscape instead of feeling maybe doubt or lacking confidence about whether or not you are a good fit for the position. You're going to learn to look for and ask for what you desire in your career. So for many job seekers, and this might also be your case, you might be feeling like there aren't any jobs out there. Now you've discovered why you feel that way. So you might be saying yes or feel like you need to say yes to whatever job comes your way. But in this program, I'm really going to teach you how to get really, really picky and how that pickiness can actually lead to getting hired a lot faster than when you open up your job search and you're willing to take whatever job is out there. You are going to learn how to confidently share your resume and connect with potential employers. Now, confidence is really key. The employer needs to feel that you also believe that you are a top candidate. If you're hesitant to share why the employer should hire you, then the employer is going to go and hire somebody else. And we don't want that. We want you to get hired. So you're going to learn how to do that confidently. You're going to learn how to say yes to job opportunities you genuinely want and are excited about. And maybe you're in a situation where you're not even sure yet what these job opportunities are. So I'm also going to be teaching you how to identify those job opportunities that are the right fit for you. You will get hired in as little as 90 days in a job you want, love, and deserve when you follow these strategies. And so you're also going to get encouraged and stay motivated to apply the strategies you will learn diligently. So I'm actually going to invite you to click on that link because you are also going to find the testimonials from clients who have not only gone through the job search program and been successful, but have gone through the job search program at the height of the pandemic. So at a time when everybody was afraid, not everybody, but a lot of people were getting fired, and it just felt like there weren't any jobs out there, I was able to help my clients get hired. But I will share one testimonial from Kayla. You can find this testimonial on my LinkedIn profile. And she shares how she received career coaching from me that left her feeling really empowered. She talks about what she received from me, but really what I want you to know about Kayla's experience is that within 2 months, Not only did she improve her applications, but she saw an increase of the response rate from potential employers she was sending her resumes to. She got 3 job offers and invited to several interviews at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, so this is what is available to you when you say yes to the job search program. So you might be thinking, well, Priscilla, what's the difference between your job search program and the career advice that I can find out there, whether it's online, whether it's Google searches, whether it's LinkedIn, maybe you have access to free career counseling, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And really nothing comes for free. So I usually call that surface advice. And what I mean by surface advice is that, yes, they're giving you some strategies, but are they giving you the strategies that are tailored to your unique situation and your unique personality and your unique desires when it comes to your career? So when you work with me, you will get off the roller coaster ride of career dissatisfaction, and I will show you exactly how to do that. And we do things differently. We're actually focusing on you as a job seeker instead of what's going on in the labor market or what jobs are available or what employers are looking for. That changes all the time, but you as an individual and your desires and your talents and what you can bring, your uniqueness as a potential employee, this is where we want to put the emphasis in your job search so you can get hired again to a job you want, you love, and you deserve. And a way that's going to work is when you commit to your job search. So we want a certain level of commitment from you. And again, you deserve to wake up to that career you love. So if you're ready to commit, if you're ready to find a career you will love this year, then I'm going to invite you to sign up for the job search program. And so the job search program is currently $3,780 plus tax Canadian. And for joining me today, I'm offering it to you with the secret promo code for $1,980 plus tax Canadian. So you get everything that's included for a deep discount for showing up for you and your job search. So I am going to open up the platform for your questions. And again, you can find the link for the job search program in the chat. You can get the code there. And I'd love to know what your questions are. You can use your chat, you can use the comment boxes, and I'm looking forward to answering questions. You can also stay connected with me. info@mymappedhappiness.com is where you can reach me if you feel that you would want a payment plan. So I'm going to jump in here in the questions, and I will be turning off the recording for your privacy.